It's Tuesday Hoops. Up next, the search and destroy heat-seeking missile. Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat go up against the LA Lakers and the 2008 League MVP, the incomparable Kobe Bryant. Heat, Lakers, up next.
All dressed up and ready to go. Kobe Bryant right there from a little earlier. Thanks for joining us as we bring you this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Doris Burke and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's Laker basketball at the Staples Center. Beautiful day outside. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. So here's Miami's starting group. Wade and LeBron are the wingmen. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle, and Chalmers. And for the Lakers, Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant in the backcourt. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle, and Odom. Clark, some mixed results for the Heat last year against the Western Conference.
Yep, they were a perfect 500 against the Western Conference, Kevin. Given what the Magic did against the West last year, you think the Heat would aim to improve that if they want to win the division?
Here's Chalmers. Dwayne Wade on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers.
You know, it's always nice to get that lead early and to knock down the first basket of the game. That's a good feeling.
Kicks to Gasol. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. Yeah, you know, if you look at it, Clark, those games against the West were a big part of the gap between those two teams in the standings.
And, Kevin, you can't win your division unless you can handle your business outside of the division. And that includes games against the Western Conference.
No good on that one.
Howe heard the word soft and rumblings that he got manhandled by the Celtics in the finals. He started lifting weights 2 to 3 times a week for the first time in his career.
How about that?
Yeah, he didn't want to get that sand kicked in his face anymore.
Yeah, it paid off.
Yeah, it has.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, despite winning 2 consecutive championships, the Lakers couldn't rest on their laurels this offseason. A big move for them was signing the point guard Steve Blake. Blake's a solid and dependable vet, a gritty defender, a shooter, and most importantly has a high basketball IQ. The Lakers feel he's a great fit for the triangle with good toughness to withstand the playoff pressure that will certainly accompany his time here with the Lakers. Guys, back to you.
Seems like a good fit. Thanks, Doris. Here's Chalmers following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And it's Bosh, that time on the assist by Chalmers.
Boy, he's got a nice touch from mid-range, Kev. His height makes it a tough shot to defend, too.
Gasol, a screen on Chalmers. Takes it up and finished off by Gasol.
Passes like that are fun to watch. Beautiful feed inside for the score. He placed it perfectly, Kevin.
That was definitely worth a second look with our great Spike Slam cam. Here's Miami now. And here is LeBron. Here's Chalmers, guarded by Blake. Wade, 4 on the clock. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Wade's got 6.
So far, I don't think you can ask for a better start to the game for them. 4 for 4 thus far.
Here's Bynum. Odom with it. He's picked up by LeBron. 3 on the clock. Kobe. Wade is covering. Blake can't get it to go. And Miami will go the other way with the ball. Back to LeBron. And jammed in for 2 good eyes and hands there. Set it up.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. Here's Kobe. 2:33 left in the first. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Phil Jackson. And Doris, what'd you find out?
He laughed when I asked him what their biggest challenge would be today, and he said, well, they do have this guy named Dwayne Wade over there. He could give us a few headaches if we let him. He said to keep his points to a minimum, Wade can expect to see his share of double teams today. Guys, something he's accustomed to.
And thank you, Doris. The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remained to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answered that. Ron brought an element of toughness and physicality. Now, he can be a little wayward and a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions, but typically he overcomes that with his effort and his tenacity and his versatility, I think, at the defensive end of the floor.
And an older guy for a younger, promising, rising player like Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and in the context of the makeup of the Lakers team, I felt Phil Jackson and the coaching staff and the organization and his teammates felt that this would be a good added piece, and so far that's proven to be true.
Very good. Some changes for the Lakers. Artest comes in for Andrew Bynum, and it's Brown in for Steve Blake. The Heat also changing it up. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Ilgauskas. And Mike Bibby is subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Here's LeBron. Covered by Artest. Goes up. And, yep, that falls, and the foul is called. We'll see him shoot one from the free throw line. And thinking of those changes with Artest, I suppose you can also say that both Artest and Ariza are so talented, it doesn't matter which is in there since they have such vast skill sets.
You know what? You can go both ways on that one.
Yeah.
Yes and no, because they are different players. It does change the dynamic of the team. I think Ariza was a consistent three-point threat as well as being an active, energetic defender. Ron has been a little more streaky at the three-point line, but the physicality and the toughness, there's an intimidation factor, I think, that Ron brings to the court that very few other players can bring. Nobody wants to deal with being guarded by Artest over the course of a ball game because he's frustrating, he's physical, and he relishes trying to get you off your game.
I would agree with that. Here's Bibby. Lamar Odom picking up that last basket. And it's Wade with the jam.
That's the way to exploit the D right there now. Wait for an opening and don't give him a chance to recover.
Well, Clark, he's going to make you pay for those slip-ups.
Yeah, he sure takes advantage of every one of them.
Here's Odom. He's guarded by Haslem. Now Brown. And there's another one for the Lakers.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
And here's Bibby. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Wade, right side. That's good. That's Bibby with the assist that time.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Kobe. Again, the Lakers.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team him. That's your only hope.
First quarter over, and big numbers up on the board. Heat lead by 6.
They haven't been shy at all. They're going right to the bucket and playing aggressive, hard-nosed basketball. Smash-mouth basketball. So far, their physicality has been the deciding factor.
And we'll see you in just a moment. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Blake. This Heat team really had to ride D. Wade's shoulders last year.
Well, nothing new there, Kevin. I mean, they really leaned on him for a lot of things. Everything in the stat sheet was something Dwayne had to do: score, rebounding, assist, defense. I think some players got a little too used to leaning on him and expecting him to make every play.
Sometimes you stand around and wait for him to bail you out.
That's right, and you become a spectator instead of a playmaker.
This is Phil Jackson's lineup. Artest and Powell in the forward slots. Vujacic is out there with Steve Blake and Bynum. The first one falls, and with their team-building process, they were biding their time so they could reload this offseason, and now they're poised for big things, and they think a deep playoff push in the East. And he makes both free throws. Clark, thing about Ron Artest, he's a lightning rod. He can be a controversial guy, but you take with the good with the bad with him.
Without question, you know what you're getting. He's supremely talented. He wants to win, but every now and then he does get a little distracted.
Here's Arroyo. Guarded by Blake. And the jam by Udonis Haslem.
Nice feed inside. Sets his teammate up for the easy deuce.
So it's the Lakers now. 6-point game. And back to Artest, he's had his fair share of controversy over the years, from the malice at the Palace to asking for time off to focus on his music.
Well, as somebody once said, Ron is the kind of guy who walks to the beat of his own drummer, but his drummer is playing a flute.
There's Miller with the three. That's good. Miller's got his first 3 points of the game. And it's the Lakers' ball. They trail by 7. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
You know, Kevin, when the big three first joined forces in Miami, there were some that said these guys were taking the easy way out, that they should try to win it by themselves. Dwayne Wade said, "We understood that this is not something that everyone wants to see." One thing that disturbs me is they say Michael and Magic and Larry did it by themselves. They did not do it by themselves. No one has. Go check the numbers. Go look at the teams. Guys, he has a point.
Well, certainly some of the great teams had multiple Hall of Famers. He may have a point. Thanks, Doris. So it's the Lakers now. The Heat knocking down the tray. Here's Arroyo. Miller outside. Pass to Bosh. Gasol covering. Haslem. 5 to shoot. Here's Bosh, and another basket for Miami.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Here's Vujacic, looking for his first bucket of the game. Here's Blake. Here's Vujacic. Good. And the assist goes to Blake.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in it.
You know, one of the stories last season, Clark, in the playoffs for the Lakers was after that early scare to the Thunder of Oklahoma City in the first round, the Lakers really turned it up in the playoffs. In fact, it was that Game 5 they kind of rebooted. They kind of found themselves.
Yeah, they certainly did. Sometimes you have to have your back against the wall. You've got to go through that crucible of almost losing an important game in the playoffs to be able to get your second win and to gain that extra wave of confidence. And that's kind of what happened with the Lakers. I mean, anytime you face a team like the Thunder that has the leading scorer in the league in Kevin Durant, you know it's not going to be easy. And the Lakers saw that to be true, and yet they were able to work through that.
Thunder had those young legs.
And a lot of confidence.
Yes.
And an unbelievable building.
Yeah, they didn't blink. They did not blink.
Not at all. They were relishing the opportunity, thrilled to be in the playoffs, but they felt like they could not only play with the Lakers, they felt like they could beat the Lakers, Kevin.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now here's LeBron. He has 5. Here's Chalmers. Shot clock at 4. That one is good on the lay-in. And the Heat lead by 8. Clark, back to that postseason matchup. I mean, sweeping the Jazz is no easy feat, given you have to win 2 in a row up in Salt Lake City at the Energy Solutions Arena.
No, not easy at all, but you talk about that series against the Thunder. The Lakers had to win a 5th game on the road on a last-second shot. Sometimes, Kevin, that can catapult you to a higher level performance in the next series, and I think that's what you saw with the Lakers when they got away from the Thunder and then were able to sweep the Jazz.
Jazz just didn't have the size to compete against Los Angeles.
Exactly. Too much size with Gasol and Odom, Bynum up front. That's an awful lot to overcome over a 48-minute ball game.
And Okur was out, and Karolinko was coming back from injury. There were some issues there for the Jazz.
Exactly. They were undermanned and undersized, and that's no way to try to beat the Lakers.
It's blocked. The Heat on offense. 11-point game. Here's Bosh. No good. Nice D from Odom. So it's the Lakers now. 11-point game. Kobe with it. 8 points for him. Takes a three, and that one's good. Kobe's got 11.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
The Heat leading by 8. Chalmers passes to LeBron. Guarded now by Lamar Odom. James connects from in close. He's got 10.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
Outside Kobe. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Ilgauskas with it over Artest. And that's not going to fall for him. And that concludes the first half. More from Los Angeles after this.
It's the HP Halftime Report, and I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Out at Staples Center, we got a lopsided game through 2. Miami up on top against the Lakers. What a display of offensive genius by this team. They've been going off. A sensational first half for Dwayne Wade. No surprise, we all know he can score. There's no quitting the Lakers. They came to win. Excellent bench production. The second string coming in, knocking down the shots. Pau Gasol's been doing his thing. And what a game from Kobe as well. And now that's it for us here in the studios. Let's send you back to your arena. Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, waiting to call the second half for you.
The second half just about to get underway. Took too long inbounding the ball. That's a 5-second violation.
Despite that turnover, they've been spectacular protecting the ball, but they need to improve in other areas if they're going to pull this one out.
Here's Chalmers. Pass to LeBron. Now Wade with the wide open look. Kept alive. Bosh dishes to Wade. Shoots over Kobe. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Bosh.
He's really one of the big reasons why they have the lead now. He's playing an extremely efficient game. It's fun to watch.
On the floor for Miami, Wade and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh and Ilgauskas in the middle. And Chalmers. Wade from outside. Dwayne Wade has carried the Heat on his back now, Clark, for what, 4 years?
Well, it seems like since he's been there. I mean, he has a little bit more help and the opportunity perhaps to make some noise in the playoffs.
Now here's LeBron following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Kicks to James. The kick out to Bosh. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Bosh has got 6 points. And Clark with Wade in the Heat, how do you think this new team will mesh?
Well, I think one of the keys is going to be now that Wade isn't the only real weapon. How do you integrate the other guys into a more prominent role?
Here's Bynum. On the money. Bynum's got his first bucket in this one.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
You know, the Heat loss to the Celtics last year, Clark, really made them look in the mirror, I would think.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, Dwayne Wade was put in a tough spot last season because not a single other player on that team consistently could command the double team, much less concerted defensive attention, so that made it really hard for Dwayne Wade.
Ron Artest is checked in for the Lakers. Fisher comes in for Steve Blake. Poked loose. The need to get Wade some help. That was really exposed, I think, in the playoffs against the Celtics.
Yeah, it was clearly obvious, Kevin. I mean, you've got to have another guy that can produce points consistently in that mid-teen to above range. And, you know, Boston with his defense, one player will not beat the Boston Celtics defense. I mean, that's been proven. They're too good defensively. You've got to have multiple ways to attack that stalwart defense.
And Kobe gets it to go.
It didn't sit well with him, that three he had just given up, so he went out and got it right back.
Here's Chalmers. Here's LeBron. Rebound by Ron Artest. It's one-on-one. Pulls up, high post, again the Lakers.
He's doing as much as he possibly can out there, but his teammates have to carry their weight if they're going to have a chance to win.
Artest against LeBron. LeBron with another miss. Now Odom. Here's Kobe. Oh! And he jams it down, one-handed.
He has the ability to turn every dunk into something special. And that's exactly what he did.
Well, even when you're waiting for a jam like that, it still pulls you away.
Yeah, it's special.
Chalmers against Fisher. Here's Ilgauskas. A little long, but it goes in.
When his hook shot is on, there's nothing you can do defensively. It's almost a given he's going to knock it down.
Fisher with the ball. No points for him. The dump off. LeBron against Artest. Clock at 4. Fisher defended by Chalmers. And another three for the Lakers.
My goodness, Kevin, their offense has really caught fire. And if this keeps up, they won't be behind for long.
Now here's James. 13 points in the game. Oh! Rips in the ferocious jam.
Oh, man, now that's nasty.
Here's Fisher. 1:18 left in the third. Last season, LeBron James' second consecutive season as the league MVP.
And he dominated, Kevin. He was second in the league in scoring, 6th in assists, top 10 in steals. Not surprising he led the league in triple-doubles, too, with 4.
He was terrific. 5 on the clock. Kobe against Wade. Fades back. Kobe Bryant again. Kobe's got 20.
Despite his play, which has been stellar, they still find themselves on the short end of the scoreboard here. Someone else is going to have to help him out and step up.
How many more MVPs, Clark, do you think LeBron will win when it's all said and done?
Well, it'll be multiple, Kevin. I think he could very well get close to that 6 or 7 number if he stays healthy.
Here's Fisher. The Heat getting the bucket. Gasol backing down. Odom against Bosh. Odom dishes to Artest. Off target for 3. The Heat leading by 9. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the turnover by Miami. Some changes for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Odom. And it's Brown in for Derek Fisher. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. Bibby comes in for Mario Chalmers. Here's Brown.
This is clearly the time when you want to take the last shot.
Outside, Kobe. The tray. And the basket good. Kobe's got 23 points.
He's really shouldering the load for his team right now. That's what leadership is about. He's looking to help his team cut into this deficit.
Fires from the elbow. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Well, he's lighting it up. And that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
And here is Bynum. With 2 seconds left. And it's Brown missing. And the third quarter is over. And a good finish looks to be in store for all of us. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Absolutely. He's scoring well, and he's doing it with excellent efficiency. That's the key. He's playing within himself and getting good looks.
Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Heat put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. They found the winning recipe offensively, and with each bucket, they continue to build on this lead, guys.
Doris, thank you. Big scoring run there was the spark they needed.
Everything started to synergize, and once the ball was rolling, there was no stopping them.
Here's Wade. Howe and Bynum filling up the middle. Kobe and Artest are the wingmen, and Blake. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. On the wing, Miller, defended by Gasol.
Good job hustling here. I mean, making the extra effort. When you're down, you have to do all of the little things, Kevin.
And they do have a slight disadvantage on the boards. Bynum with a screen on Wade. Got a piece of it. The Heat leading by 8. The finish. Oh!
Great D leads to easy offense.
Here's Kobe. Wade picks him up. Bryant passes to Gasol. Haslam on him. Shoots from the post, and it's Gasol getting it to go.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Here's Bibby, guarded by Blake. Three-pointer, Wade, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Here's Bynum. Takes it up. And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the contact and a chance for one more. And the Lakers with some changes. Lamar Odom is checked in for Bynum. Barnes comes in for Ron Artest. And it's Brown in for Steve Blake. That free throw good from Gasol. And Miami has possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's LeBron. Blocked. Lakers trail by 8. Outside, Kobe. The shot is off, and Miami will go the other way with the ball. Just over 3 minutes left in the fourth. LeBron kicks to House. Goes up. Nice D from Odom.
That was a high degree of difficulty on that shot. Whenever the defense can make you change your shot at the last moment, it's never easy.
And Miami has possession. They're leading by 8.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Kobe with the bucket. Here's LeBron. Now Kobe.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
They double-team Kobe. Miller with the double-team. Easy shot, and that one's good. Barnes.
They've really flipped the script here. Their hustle at both ends has got them back into this one.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're in front by 3. 2:13 left in the game. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told them, hey, why not keep taking those threes? We're hitting them. If they're not going to close out on us, let's make them pay. Players love that green light, Kevin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Gasol. Vujacic comes in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Shannon Brown. And the Heat making a change here.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
And here is Blake. Here's Barnes. Behind the arc, and it's Blake that time, the assist by Odo. And they draw to within 3.
Kevin, that's just not good defense. You can't be giving players of his talent level looks like that. Come on now.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're winning by 3. 1:45 left in the fourth. And the Lakers with some changes. Pau Gasol is checked in for Bynum. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Kobe is subbed in for Sasha Vujacic. Then for the Heat, Wash comes in for Udonis Haslem. And it's Chalmers in for Jerry Stackhouse. So it's the Lakers now. After Dwayne Wade's miss, pass to Kobe. Wade picks him up to tie it up. And there's Lamar Odom on the assist from Kobe.
They finally come back to tie it up. Let's see if they can pull ahead now.
Here's Chalmers, guarded by Blake. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers.
He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
Gasol, a screen on Chalmers. Back to Gasol, and he dunks that one in.
That's how you do it. That was a nice setup. I mean, the pick was in the right place, right where it should have been.
Followed the strategy that is mapped out on the sideline. Those timeouts mean a lot for these guys.
They do.
So it's Miami now, after the basket by the Lakers.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their 3rd turnover in this quarter. Less than 1 minute left. And the Heat call time here. They're behind by 2. 40 seconds left in the game. Here's LeBron. Got a hand on it. The Lakers with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin. Chalmers against Kobe, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev. No time to waste. They have to sink this bucket, then foul on the inbound.
Chalmers' shot is no good. And so they go with the intentional foul. They're not yet in the penalty, so they'll need to commit a second foul to send them to the line.
They needed to take that foul to stop the clock. That clock is not their friend at this stage in the game.
Great offensive performance they're putting on. And the dunk by Kobe.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this.
And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 6. 11 seconds left to the fourth. Mark, what do you think?
You have to be impressed by their tenacity. Still fighting, but the odds are definitely not in their favor. They need to hit a quick shot here, preferably of 3, and then foul.
Here's LeBron. They need this. Good! LeBron's now got 25 points in the game.
Boy, the defense broke down right there. You can't lose track of the three-point shooting.
And there's the whistle as they commit the intentional foul.
That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Perfect from the line, and it's a 5-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
Here comes Mario Chalmers. A rebound by Gasol.
Kevin, even with his shooting ability, you can't settle for long-range bombs like that.
And so the Lakers take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.